Hello viewers, myself Mr. Motepelli Venu, Assistant Professor of Civil Engineering Department, SiteEstudio of Technology and Engineering. So today I would like to deliver a lecture on basic civil engineering. So basic civil engineering involved with surveying, so building materials and planning, structural engineering, geotechnical engineering, concrete technology, transportation engineering, environmental engineering, and hydrology and water resources engineering. This is the basic content of civil engineering. Even a civil engineering student will also go through all these subjects. So while he learning a civil engineering course. So each one is a different stream. So you can choose it for the higher studies also. So in every stream we have higher studies. So various institutes will offer these courses from reputed organizations. So well-established universities also offer various courses among all these. So among all these courses, today I would like to introduce the scope of geotechnical engineering, scope of transportation engineering, and hydrology and water resources engineering. Coming to the first topic, geotechnical engineering. As the name implies, geotechnical engineering. So geo means earth. So in this particularly, we will learn the engineering of soil. Geotechnical engineering is a specialized field in civil engineering. So mainly focuses on the behavior of earth materials. So earth materials are soil and rock. So these are the main constituents or main materials which we are dealing while constructing various structures. So it applies principles of soil and rock mechanics to design and construct safe and reliable infrastructure. So infrastructure means buildings, bridges, roads, dams, etc. So it includes foundations, retaining walls, and tunnels, etc. So the geotechnical engineers also assess and mitigate risks associated with natural hazards like landslides, earthquakes, tsunamis, so whatever the natural hazards. So the civil engineer, particularly in geotechnical engineering, so the geotechnical engineer deal with this natural calamities related to the structures. This is a foundation. So we call it pile foundation. So it is a deep foundation, one type of various foundations. So on this deep footing, or the pile foundation, so we will construct the structure column. So like that, the remaining floors. So here I would like to concentrate on not the structure, but the soil. So here if you see, so this is not arranged. This is a natural soil stratum. So this is the excavated pit up to this depth for constructing foundation, for constructing a structure. So now if you can clearly look here, so this is the first layer and this is the second layer and the third layer. So if you see the soil stratum, it will not a single stratum or single layer, it will consist number of layers. So in this location we have only 3 layers. So if you see for any other foundation sites, so you may expect more number of layers or even less number of layers also. So anyway, soil will not be in a single layer, so it may be varies based on the profile at that particular location. So if you see here, so this is maybe a loose, looks like a loose soil, and this looks like a hard gravel. So and this is also more hard when compared to the uppermost layers. So like that, a geotechnical engineer So we'll assess the soil properties before going to construct a structure, because so constructing a foundation required soil properties. So either the layers, we need to explore the each layer, and in that we need to explore the properties of each type of soil in that particular layer. The scope of geotechnical engineering, it involves with investigation for soil properties. So example, moisture content, density, CBR, SBC, etc. So for constructing roads, along with this moisture content, density and other properties, so CBR is the main property. So for constructing foundations, SBC is the main property of the soil, so to design the foundations. So civil engineer, particularly the geotechnical engineer, provide CBR value and remaining properties to the transportation engineer. So with these values, they will design the road layers or highway layers. So the geotechnical engineer will also provide the SBC. SBC means safe bearing capacity. So safe bearing capacity of soil, so which is a property of that particular soil. So geotechnical engineer will provide the safe bearing capacity to structural engineer. So now, so geotechnical engineer will provide the CBR value, California bearing ratio test. So the California bearing ratio value of the soil to the transportation engineer with that values of the soil and with that properties of the soil. So transportation engineer will design the road layers. So geotechnical engineer also provide the SBC value, so to the structural engineer. The SBC means safe bearing capacity. That means the safest bearing capacity of the soil to bear the loads from the structural foundations. So for designing structural foundation, the structural engineer required SBC value. So if the soil is less with SBC value, the structural engineer will design the foundation with more strength. So if the SBC value crosses the required strength or required limit, then structural engineer will design the foundation in normal way. So these two values are important for roads and structures. So that important values will provided by this geotechnical engineer. So and also he will design the foundations with these values. So now this is the ground improvement technique. So another scope of geotechnical engineer. This ground improvement technique, so while investigating the soil to find the SBC value, so geotechnical engineers will conduct the SPT test. SPT means standard penetration test. Standard penetration test. So which is conducted on site. So this is called in situ test. In situ means on field. So they will conduct this test wherever the structure need to be designed, its foundation. There we need to conduct this SPT test. So after conducting this SPT test, we will get the samples, soil samples. So it is in two types. One is undisturbed and another one is disturbed. So if the soil is disturbed, then we call it as disturbed soil sample. If the soil is not disturbed with the and remaining with the as it is properties of the field, then we call it as undisturbed sample. So these are the samples which are collected from this SPT test. So the soil samples will again transported to the geotechnical engineering lab. So this is geotechnical engineering lab. So where geotechnical engineer will investigate the soil properties. So like moisture content, density, CBR, so or SBC. So like that. So this is the laboratory. So here geotechnical engineers will conduct the various tests to investigate the soil properties. With that SBC, geotechnical engineer will design the foundation. So this is a foundation designed for a building. So this is a well foundation. So of the various types of foundations. So this is well foundation. So if you see here, so it is surrounded by water, right? So whenever we need to construct the structures like bridges, so there we need to construct the well foundation. So it is a special type of foundation, unlike normal foundations. So where we need to work within the water. So the work area is surrounded by water, if you see here. So these are the equipments and manpower who are working in this well. So if you see here, so this is a bridge, right? So for this bridge, so we already constructed the similar type of well foundation. So without this foundation, so we can't construct any bridge. So this is one type of well foundation in the construction. So this is another type of foundation which is for buildings. So it is a design and constructing on site, but the site is on the earth, not in the water. So if you see here, the well foundations usually, so wherever the water flows, and when we need to construct the structures within the water, then we will choose this well foundation. So which is more strengthened than this normal foundation. So coming to the ground improvement. So ground improvement usually do in fields only. So wherever the grounds required, so need to improve their properties, there we will conduct this ground improvement techniques. So usually called ground improvement techniques. So various techniques are there. So among various techniques, so this is dynamic compaction method. So dynamic compaction. So if you see here, this crane is releasing a heavy weight by lifting up to particular height, so onto the ground surface. So with this sudden impact force, the dynamic force, so the soil will be compacted like this. So this is one of the types of ground improvement techniques. So and here if you see, so here it is also a ground improvement technique. We call it as stabilization. Stabilization, so soil stabilization. So if you see here, so the people are working here in the site, so where they are constructing a road. So it is a subgrade, we call it as subgrade, the first layer of the road pavement. So here people are working the pulverized soil. Pulverized means so loosened soil. So if you see here, so in this field soil may be in a dense format, but whenever we are going to stabilize, we need to lose this sample. So here people are mixing lime. The engineers are mixing lime. So one of the standard stabilizers. So lime, we call it as stabilizer. So lime will improve the properties of subgrade layers. So when it has weak properties, so we can improve the weak properties of the soil in the field by adding lime to it. So with this, its weak properties like swelling, shrinking, so another type of properties will be improved. Improved means removed, so that the road pavements will get more strength. So these are the ground improvement techniques. So we have more number of techniques, but we will discuss only these two as a brief. So with this, the geotechnical engineering topic is completed. So in the further sessions, we will discuss transportation engineering and hydrology and water resource engineering.